From the chat, Friday Tie Day. Jennifer Soto is heavily medicated. She has a history of anxiety. There's a backstory with her which explains her behavior. Her lack of emotion is because of medication. Stefan Stearns is a predator. It's complicated. It's complicated, but investigators have proved a lot of the things that Jennifer Soto said was and is lies. So you tell lies because you're either trying to cover something up or you're trying to cover up your own involvement. That is what concerns me. And we said from the very beginning that right in the beginning, she could be charged with a crime through omission, which is the failure to act when you have a legal act. You have a legal obligation to act. And she could be charged with a crime through omission. And of course, endangering the welfare of a minor. There's lots of charges. And they do have probable cause right now. And they had it already. But for whatever reason, and the news reporters, except that one reporter on that station, she pulled it back a little bit. And they do have enough to charge her right now. Mary say, JS hugging on that POS makes me want to, Jennifer Soto hugging him in that video. Yeah, that's disgraceful. It's absolutely disgraceful. And especially Mary say from Australia, if she knew about this, if she knew about her daughter being not alive at that point. Mike?
Yeah, we're thinking that because one of the theories is that Steph Stern, when he was in his search, he was looking for some sort of narcotic that he could use to make, it was some sort of anesthetic. I can't think of the name of it right now, but a couple of weeks before Maddie passed away, he was looking for that on his computer, doing a search. And some people opine that it's possible that he may have overdosed her, that he actually gave her the medicine perhaps that she was supposed to take, but then gave her a little bit extra medicine so she would be extra knocked out that night. Because he hadn't seen Maddie and Jen for several months since around Christmas. And so according to his parents, he was very agitated the day before he left to go there to Kissimmee. But one of the working theories is that he may have overdosed her, and then perhaps she may have woken up during an attack. But it's that's what some people are thinking right now. We don't know. We don't have the toxicology yet. We'll get to know a lot more answers when we get that. But that seems to be one of the working theories right now in the case.
Kissimmee, Florida, from the chat. Bill, the new thinking is that Madeline was murdered in the actual car. Note how careful Sheriff Minna was when he said, we believe she was killed in Kissimmee. Kissimmee, Florida, you're 100% right. But the thing is, early on in this investigation, the Orange County Sheriff's Department was the lead agency in this case, based on information they had at that point. Once they had determined that Madeline was killed in Kissimmee, the Orange County Sheriff's Office relinquished the title and of being the lead agency, and it was Kissimmee is the lead agency because it's where the murder happened. All right, that's who is responsible for the case. Could she have been killed inside the car? 100%. How hard is it for a 6'4", 220-pound man to strangle a small little girl like her? And I go back to this photo you see on the screen. That's a picture of Stefan Stearns, one of his hands. It appears to be his left hand. Actually, it could be his right hand. So the point being is that looks like scratch marks. So if he attempted to strangle her, since her cause of death was ruled to be strangulation, those could be her fighting back, and those marks left by her fingernails on his hand, which would also mean, and I know they did this because I read the report, underneath her fingernails could be Stefan Stearns' DNA by the way of skin cells. And that type of evidence is just so powerful, Mike.
Yeah, that would be, would be the icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae for this prosecution for him, because once you get that DNA, it is so powerful. The only thing I worry about is that poor Maddie was left out under the brush for about 5 days, I think it was, before her body was recovered. 6 days, and maybe the DNA, maybe some of the evidence had deteriorated because of the elements. And I hope that doesn't happen, because if that happens, you still can do the prosecution and things like that. And there may be some other evidence of DNA in other places. But if you found it underneath the fingernails and they were able to use it, it was good. It wasn't degraded DNA. Then that would be fantastic. That would be the best thing for this case, because there's no way that you can explain why Maddie would be deceased. A, in your care. B, that you have the scratches, and she has the your DNA under her fingernails. That would be fantastic. But just keep our fingers crossed.